Hello, and welcome to Wiki-On-Tape. Today, I will be reading about Pedro López, serial killer. This recording was made on Tuesday, September 8, 2020 by Wiki-On-Tape v1.1.1. Let's get started. Summary. Pedro Alonso López, born 8 October 1948, is a Colombian serial killer, who was sentenced for killing 110 girls, but who claimed to have raped and killed more than 300 girls across Colombia, Peru and Ecuador. Aside from uncited local accounts, López's crimes first received international attention from an interview conducted by Ron Leitner, a longtime freelance photojournalist who reported interviewing López in his Ambato prison cell in 1980. Leitner's interviews were widely published, first in the Chicago Tribune on Sunday 13 July 1980, then in the Toronto Sun and the Sacramento Bee on 21 July 1980, and over the years in many other North American papers and foreign publications, including the National Enquirer. Apart from Leitner's account and two brief Associated Press wire reports, the story was published in The World's Most Infamous Murders by Bohr and Blundell, and has found its way into many serial murder anthologies, both in print and online. According to Leitner's story, López became known as the Monster of the Andes in 1980, when he led police to 53 graves in Ecuador. The victims were all girls 12 years of age. In 1983, he was found guilty of the murder of 110 girls in Ecuador. He further confessed to an additional 240 murders in Peru and Colombia. Early life. López's mother was a sex worker named Benilda López de Castaneda. According to López, witnessing acts of prostitution while growing up had disturbing effects on his psyche. Subsequently, his mother caught him fondling his younger sister in 1957, when he was 8 years old, and evicted him from the family home. Following this, the 8-year-old Pedro López had fled to Bogotá, Colombia's capital city. Soon afterwards, he said, he had been abducted by a man and raped. At age 12, Pedro was taken in by an U.S. expatriate family and enrolled in a school for orphans. He ran away after 2 years, according to one account, because he had been molested by a male teacher. Other sources claim that he ran away with a teacher. By the age of 18, López was making a living by stealing cars and selling them to local chop shops. Murders. López claimed that, during his incarceration for car theft, he was brutally gang-raped, and that subsequently, while he was still in prison, he hunted down the most brutal of his rapists and killed them. He said that after being released from prison, he moved to Peru and started murdering young girls. López claimed that, by 1978, he had killed over 100 girls before being caught and captured by members of an indigenous tribe. These captors were preparing to execute him, when a Christian missionary from the U.S. intervened and persuaded them to hand him over to state police. However, the police had quickly released him. López said that he had subsequently returned to Colombia and later moved to Ecuador. During this period, he claimed, he had killed about 3 girls a week. López said, "I like the girls in Ecuador. They are more gentle and trusting. More innocent." Arrest. López was arrested when an attempted abduction failed and he was trapped by market traders. The Associated Press, AP, reported that he was arrested in March 1980, and that he confessed to killing 103 girls, including 53 whose bodies had been found. In January 1981, he was convicted of 3 murders, and had confessed to 300 sexual assaults and stranglings. The police only believed his confessions when a flash flood uncovered a mass grave containing many of his victims. Release. According to the BBC, López was arrested in 1980, but was freed by the government in Ecuador at the end of 1998. In an interview from his prison cell, López described himself as the man of the century, and said he was being released for good behavior. An A&E biography documentary reported that he was released from an Ecuadorian prison on 31 August 1994, then rearrested as an illegal immigrant and handed over to Colombian authorities, who charged him with a 20-year-old murder. He was declared insane and held in the psychiatric wing of a Bogotá hospital. In 1998, he was declared sane and released on $50 bail, subject to certain conditions. He later absconded. The same documentary says that Interpol released an advisory for his rearrest by Colombian authorities over a fresh murder in 2002, and he is currently wanted by the police. There is currently a shortage of information regarding López. His whereabouts are unknown as of 2020. Coverage. The 2006 edition of the Guinness World Records credited López as being the most prolific serial killer. The listing was removed after complaints that it made a competition out of murder, as well as comments that it overlooked killers such as Thug Bayram, who reportedly murdered around 900 people in India. Thanks for listening to Wiki-On-Tape. I hope you drop by again sometime. Goodbye.